Page 40, Medication Administration and Medication Aid Training Course, 6 rights. Always check the time the last dose of PRN medication was given before giving the new dose. If the order time has passed, as stated in the order since the last dose, the medication can be given. The importance of documentation of dose given as well as time given and the reason for giving the medication must be clearly documented on the MAR. Many agencies have a PRN sheet where the information is recorded. Right documentation. The medication aid may have heard people say, if it is not documented, it is not done. Documentation is so very important. If documentation is not done, then there is no way to know that a medication has been given. The danger is that the client will get the medication twice, possibly causing them great harm or not receive an order medication. Each client you are to give medication to has a medication administration record MAR or medication log. Document as you go, immediately recording on the MAR after each client's medications are administered. You are not to chart the medication as given prior to the client actually taking it. Many things can happen between the time you leave the preparation area until the client usually swallows the pill. This is referred to as a pre-charting and is not acceptable in most agencies. Always chart or document after the client takes the medication. Follow your agency's policies regarding documentation. Make sure you provide the right documentation. After administering medication to a client, the medication aid must document the date and time the medication was given on the MAR. Immediate, clear, and accurate documentation shows that the right dose of the right medication was given to the right client at the right time on the right date by the right route. Documenting on the MAR. The MAR has a space where the medication aid is to initial that a dose is given under the correct day and time. Each entry must be clearly recorded, accurate, and complete. Use the ink color approved by the agency. Do not erase or cover errors. If any error is made in the recording that a medication has been given, follow your agency's policy to correctly document. Page 41, Medication Administration and Medication Aid Training Course. Initials and signatures. Always initial and sign the signature sheet or the part of the MAR sheets on which your initials are to be identified. The signature associates the medication aid's names to the initials used on the MAR. See Figure 2 below. This allows for clear tracking of who gave the medications. It is important that the medication aid initials each sheet of the MAR and writes their name on the MAR in the space provided. These signatures blocks are usually located on the top or bottom of the MAR. The location of the initial signature is different on different forms. Some agencies have a signature sheet that is kept in a special place, such as the front of the MAR notebook. Again, these sheets vary and their locations may vary. The key point here is that all agencies will have some form for documentation of medications administered and placed for you as the medication aid to identify your initials. The medication aid must sign the designated page. He/she puts his/her initials on both, only has to do this once per sheet, per month, which varies according to agency's policy. For example, if you are giving medications to the same set of clients day in and day out and you have already signed the MAR, you do not have to sign the sheet again. However, when a new sheet is put in the MAR and you are giving medications from it, you have to sign and initial the new sheet. An example of correct signatures identifying Maggie Ross, medication aid, and her initials is found in the first column, top row. Documenting PRN medications. PRN medications may be recorded on the same MAR or on a separate MAR. When a PRN medication is given, you will need to record the reason it was given. Sometimes that is on the MAR in a specific space, while other agencies use a separate sheet for the documentation. This means record the symptoms that the client reports and signs you see, such as a temperature 101, for example. If Tylenol is given for an elevated temperature, you can write temperature 101. Use only agency-approved abbreviations and follow your agency's policies regarding documentation of PRN medications. Be sure that a nurse or other designated agency's personnel responsible for assessments has been involved in determining the need for and effectiveness of PRN medications if required by your agency's policies and procedures.